Hey guys, this is Bea from Responsive Muse. This is chapter 3 of our free online course for Muse beginners. And in this chapter, you're going to learn how to create a menu. Not only a desktop menu, but how to adapt that menu to smaller devices, to smaller breakpoints, so that will fit and it will adapt the design to tablets or to mobile phones. So we are still in the master page, as the menu is still a shared element in every page for the website. So we're going to do this inside the master page. So first thing is, let's go back to your master page. And remember in last chapter what I did was I dragged the menu and I told you that I wasn't going to do anything else because it was in this chapter how I'm going to show you how to customize this. My swatches are still here. So first thing is I'm going to create a smaller breakpoint in 320 pixels for smaller devices. There's some devices, some mobile phones that are that small right now. I think it's iPhone 4, 4S, SE, and 5. I think they are 320 pixels. So still I think it's important to cover that part. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add a new breakpoint and okay, so this is going to be the smallest. This means this part here that I didn't resize, I have to do it now. But don't worry, it's going to be easy and fast. I'll leave that for later. So first thing is, remember when I dragged this menu, what it did is it recognized all the pages that I had. So I'm going to open the options here. So you can choose the menu type if it's you just want the top level pages, all pages, and I'm just going to leave it like that, top level pages. Direction is horizontal, not vertical, so I'm going to leave it like that. And right now, edit together, it's important, so I'm going to leave it like that. So once you edit one box, it will copy the design the rest of the boxes. So the other parts are labels, submenus, and positioning. I'm just going to leave it like that. If you guys want to play a little bit with all the positioning or icons, just your choice. So I'm just going to leave it like this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in. So I just clicked once. If you click twice, then you will get just one box. So if you see here, it's filled with a gray color. I'm going to get rid of it because I want a transparent background. So first is I'm going to use this color. Wait, let me check. Co-working is this color here. So I'm going to copy the hex code because I'm going to use this as the font color. So start clicking until you can select the text. So here in the text tool, you can choose the text tool up there or here. I'm going to use this color, so it has changed. And what I'm going to do too is I'm going to bring the size up a little bit until 18. What you also can do is, if you want there to be a bit more space in between, and you can actually change the fill color, but I want to get rid of it. Okay, so first thing is go to none, select fill and go to none. So see how when I clicked on edit together everything changed. So next thing is another thing you have to take into account is the states panel. So right now I've just modified this menu in the normal state, but if you go here to the left, you can see you can read normal. If you click on normal, then it will expand the rest of the states. You can see there's rollover and there's a light gray, and there here in mouse down and active there's a darker gray. So what you have to do is change. If you want to get rid of the background, you have to change it in every single state. So what I want it is in normal, I want it to be just exactly how as you're seeing it right now. But whenever we roll over or whenever it's active, I want the user to know that he's clicking and that he's in that page. So I'm going to do something different. So first, roll over, change it. So make sure you're there. As you can see now, when you click on roll over, it shows you the color. And now what we're going to do is in mouse down and active. Oh, sorry, I changed the wrong one. Is mouse down the one that I want to change? And now that I'm in rollover and active is going to be the same. So what I'm going to do here is I want the background to be this color. And what I'm going to do is change the text color to white. Make sure whenever you do this is that you're in the correct state, because it's really easy that it moves around. So I'm going back to roll over. Click on the text and click on roll over. Okay, so the text is going to be white. That's it. Okay, so mouse down and let's go to active. And active, I want exactly the same thing. I want this white color and I want the background to be this green color. So I've just edited one, but as I had this edit together selected, that means that the menu, the rest of the blocks are edited too as the first one that I've done. Okay, so that's how you edit a basic menu. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to relocate it, readjust it to the rest of the breakpoints. So next breakpoint, we have it there. That's looking good. And in the 1000 breakpoints. So what's going on here? You might find this okay, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring out the mobile menu here. So what I'm just going to hide this and bring out the icon, the hamburger icon. I think you're familiar with it, like the 3 horizontal lines. So I'm going to use that. So because these are fit for rest of the small devices. So reaching here to 1000 pixels, what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click, and this is a new trick. What I'm going to do is hide, select hide in breakpoint. So in 1200 I can see it, in 1000 breakpoint I cannot. So I'm going to the other smaller breakpoints, which is here, and I'm going to do the same. I'm going to hide it. And this one here also, I am going to hide it. Okay, so let's go back to the 1000 breakpoint. And this is how you do a mobile menu. I'm going to the widget library, and here there's a cool widget in compositions that's called tooltip. So we're going to use the tooltip. I'm going to show. Okay, so this is the tooltip. I'm going to preview this so you guys see how it works. You might think, how am I going to create or design a mobile menu with this widget? But you actually can. That's the good thing about Muse, that you have some built-in widgets that you can actually combine and transform into other things. So a tooltip means that you have 3 buttons here which act as triggers. So whenever you click on it, then you have the content appear. So this is going to be the base of our mobile menu. So first thing is we just need one trigger, which is going to be the icon menu, and so we have to get rid of the rest. So I'm going to get rid of and delete it. Okay, so here, as you can see, it's each part is clickable and editable. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring it a bit bigger so I can see it. And I'm going to place it here. Just going to leave it like that. And this is where the menu will pop up. Okay. Just going to make it a little bit bigger. Okay, so this part here, what we have to do is delete it. I just want the, can I see it? This is the composition and this is the target. This is the trigger and this is the target. So whenever you drag a widget from Adobe, you have to make sure that that it doesn't have borders, it doesn't have a fill color in every single state. So for that, just click on that element, and if you want to get rid of this color, I'm going to get rid of this because what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my own icon inside this. So this will be out. So I'm going to go to the panel, and as you see here, it has fill color in every single state, which I don't want it, so I'm going to get rid of it. And this is done. Also, the target might have something too. It has a fill which is white, and I don't want it white. So let's leave it like that. And it has a stroke. I don't want any stroke. So make sure it doesn't have anything in the rest. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag an icon that I prepared. This icon is from Ionicons. In a future tutorial, I'm going to show you how to convert, how to use actually this icons fonts in Adobe Muse, no matter if it's Font Awesome or it's Ionicon. But I've had this prepared here. So first thing is I'm going to drag this icon inside. You can choose if you have an SVG, a PNG. What you can do is just click on this trigger button and go to Fill. And here you can add the image. So it will automatically add it there. Okay. So what I have is just this prepared here. So that's what. So I'm just going to resize it until you're happy with the size. So my icon here, I prepared it. Yep. Okay, that's it. So now what I'm going to do, so what's going to happen is that whenever you click on this trigger button, then the menu will pop up. First, I've done this, but now I'm going to open the options. So with this tooltip, what you can do is you can choose the position. What we've seen before in this preview, this is called scattered. So what I like is that a mobile menu, it appears with a lightbox effect. So this widget has a lightbox effect. So you just have to click on lightbox. Show target on click, that's it. That means that if you click here, then the target will show. Hide target, that's it. Transition, you can choose horizontal, vertical. I'm going to leave it with fading. And the rest of the things, what I need is a close button. So you see how I click on a close button and this appears. So that's it. And which is important too is show widget parts while editing. So when you're done with this, what you can do is you can deselect it, so you won't see it and you can continue designing. So it won't disturb you while designing other parts of your website. But for the meantime, leave this selected so you can see it. Okay, so this goes up here. And what I'm going to do is go to the widget library. And now we're going to menu, and we're going to bring out the vertical menu this time. Okay, so we have the horizontal menu, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, because I prefer it like that, I just want to move it a little bit to the center because I want this menu to be centered. Alright, so what you have to do now is the same thing we did with the horizontal menu. We have to edit it. Okay, so make sure we have the edit together. And what I'm going to do here is I want a light box with the same color as this, which I'm going to copy it right now. And to get that light box effect, what I'm going to do is, as you can see here, we have a target and we have a container. So what we're going to do is I'm going to fill this. And I'm going to bring down here in effects, this is opacity, so I'm just going to bring it down a little bit till there. So here in menu, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid in every single state. I'm going to get rid of this. But in rollover, what I'm going to do is, let me think, let's do something different. So, okay, now I know what I can do, something new. I'm going to show you something new. So first, text, bring it up. Okay, and now click this again. So I'm going to go to roll over. And in roll over, what I'm going to do is go to stroke. So what I'm going to do is you can unlock this. And I'm just going to create a small line, a thin line. Here you can choose the color below it. So that's whenever it rolls over, so you can tell that I'm in a home page and about us in contact. So it's going to be really subtle. And mouse down, get rid of this, and also the stroke. I don't want the stroke here. That's in mouse down, but in active I do want it. So stroke and unlock this. Bring one, change it to white. And this is none. Also get this button, place it wherever you want, and same thing, get rid of the colors that you do not want. So right now in every single state I'm going to get rid of the gray. And last one. And just if you want, what you can do is you can bring the size up too. So I find this a little bit small. So just bring it into, let's get something big. And leave it like that. So what you can do is you can preview this side before adjusting it to the other breakpoints. I'm going to preview this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it so I can reach to the breakpoint. And this is the effect. So if I want to close it, okay, so click on it, it triggers, and we have our mobile menu. This is like something fast and something basic. Okay, so now that this is done, what we can do is think about making it responsive and the position. So remember I said that we had to hide the horizontal menu. So now the same thing, we have to hide this menu in the bigger breakpoints. So I'm going back to the 1200 breakpoint, and I'm just click over this and say hide in breakpoint. And the other breakpoint too, just go and say hide in breakpoint. Now it will show when we hit the 1000 breakpoint, sorry, then the 768 breakpoint, and if you see, it has moved around a little bit. So a fast way of fixing this is if you click on it once, so it's selected the whole group, what you can do is copy size and position to the next breakpoint, the smaller one, which is 768. So let's check if it's done. It is. So it's actually a bit easier for you to locate. Actually, this is the point where you can show widget parts while editing. You can hide this now. So the only thing you have to move around is the trigger button. Okay, so here what we're going to do is same thing, copy size and position to the smaller breakpoint, to 480. So we just have to move it, slightly move it. So here we have a small conflict for smaller breakpoints. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this, I'm going to change the logo, and I'm going to do the same. I'm going to hide it in other breakpoints. So first thing is I'm just going to copy the C here and create. So this is going to be hidden. So I'm going to right click and hide in breakpoint. So this is the one that I'm going to use. And actually, I think I'm going to bring up the size a little bit more. So this will be the logo in the smallest breakpoint, and this will be the menu. So same thing right now, if we go to other breakpoints, you'll see another C over the logo. So what we can do is right click, and as I just wanted to show in this breakpoint, what I can say is hide in other breakpoints, not in just one, but hide it in other breakpoints. So this way, what you can do is you get the whole navigation, except for this small part down here. But okay, while I fix this, the nice thing about Muse is that you can copy styles from one breakpoint to another. All this is to save time. And what you can do too is, so what I said, copy to other breakpoints and then hide in other breakpoints and make them show in others. So that's pretty simple. Okay, so I'm going to leave this like that. So I think we're done with our master page. What I'm going to do to preview this is I'm going to delete my swatches here, and I'm going to preview this so you guys see how it looks. So after this, what we have to do is apply the master page, but actually it's a default, so it's automatically okay. See how whenever I roll over, and you can see our footer here. So let's make it smaller until we get this. And we have our light box. So it means that if we scroll down, this will always follow us. And let's make it smaller, smaller, smaller. And if you, so my browser doesn't go smaller to 320. So if you view this in a website, what you will see is just the C and this icon over here. As a recommendation, I would tell you that whenever you design something, keep on previewing your browser, because you don't know how it will look. Also, if you can upload it, and it will look also different. So I know it can be a pain to do this, but it's actually a good option. So hope you guys like this tutorial. See you next chapter. Thank you guys for watching.